Hi guys, welcome back to the channel with yet another travel series from the beautiful country of Kazakhstan. So we are here in Almaty and today is our last day, our 7th day here. And in this travel series, you're going to be seeing a lot of Almaty and the things to do around this beautiful city. So before I take you into this travel series, there are a few things you need to know before you come to Almaty. Firstly, as soon as you get to Almaty, make sure to get yourself a SIM card from the airport. They cost only 1200 rupees for the entire month and it's an unlimited data plan. Secondly, the currency in Kazakhstan is tenge, so get some US dollars and exchange it at the airport. The rates are pretty much similar throughout the city and at the airport. Thirdly, most importantly, get the Yandex app. It is like the Uber here in Kazakhstan, and trust me, you will need it all throughout your trip. So sit back, enjoy, and let me show you another country, another bucket list, another dream that we have lived through a festival called life. So nestled between Europe and Asia, surrounded by mountains, and once the heart of the ancient Silk Route, Almaty is Kazakhstan's largest city and I think the best of both worlds. Seriously, it's a 3-hour flight from home and your world changes. And today is day 1 of our 2-week holiday in Kazakhstan because for anything under 14 days, Indians do not need a visa. So we started early in the morning, the city of Almaty still waking up, and our neighborhood looked like a dream. Restaurants already opening up for the day, a 24/7 Chinese place, a local fine dine place, a money exchange, a supermarket 24/7 with everything you will need, and the best of all, countless coffee shops in quaint alleys and green walkways. So as the locals made their way to work, we were heading to Almaty's most iconic spot. See, Almaty is a city full of green spaces and gardens. But if you're ever visiting Almaty, the first place you should visit is the Panfilov Park. Right in the center, in the heart of the city, Panfilov Park tells a powerful story of bravery and sacrifice. Named after 28 heroic soldiers known as the Panfilov Guardsmen, the park honors these men who stood their ground to protect Moscow during World War II. Their courage has made them national heroes, and the park stands as a living tribute to their memory. But more on that later. Walking through the historical park, there is a very pretty coffee house called Agosto inside the park. Tasteful decor and overlooking the gardens of Panfilov. It is the perfect way to start your day of exploring Almaty. We sit out in the gardens, finish our coffee, and walk to the center of Panfilov, to what is Almaty's most historic site. The Zenkov Cathedral is a Russian Orthodox cathedral built in 1907 in the glory of the old Soviet Union days. And it is built completely out of wood but without any nails. See, today Kazakhstan is predominantly a Muslim nation, but the cathedral stands as a testament to Almaty's spiritual heritage. The cathedral is just beautiful, and even today it is the center point of the city where locals and tourists both love hanging out. We have only just been in Almaty for a few hours, but Almaty already feels like such a perfect mix of a modern, vibrant city, still holding on to its traditions and historical heritage, and of course its famous Kazakh horses. One of the best things about being in Kazakhstan are the Kazakh horses, kind of bringing you vibes of the old Soviet Union, with horses and cathedrals. Wow. Although we're not riding them today because that is an entire day's plan. Stay tuned. On the east end of the Panfilov Park is the famous statue of the 28 Guardsmen. So imagine this. The year is 1941 and the Second World War is in full throttle. The Nazis under Hitler are marching in with tanks and guns, and if they are not stopped here, will attack Moscow and finish the Soviets. A battalion of 28 soldiers stood between Moscow and Hitler, and the bravehearts defended with their lives, buying precious time for Moscow to prepare its defenses. Today, they are a symbol of what loyalty and courage look like. So by afternoon, we figured that the Kazakh people are really friendly and love to talk. So download Google Translate unless you're good in Russian or Kazakh. For now, it was time for lunch, so we walked back to our neighborhood and our options were so nice. A ramen place, a croissant shop, an Italian place, there's Agora Wine and Deli, and all that just next to each other. We went to Julius, a pretty little place down the road serving mimosas with brunch. And just on the other side is the Kazakh State Opera. A little away is the mountain of Kok Tobe. So after lunch and a few mimosas, we took a gondola from the city to take us up above the city of Almaty. So Kok Tobe literally means blue hill, and it is a mountain in the city of Almaty, literally. You can take a gondola from the center of the city and in 10 minutes you're above it. The mountain stands at 1100 meters above sea level, but it is small compared to its neighbors. On the top of the Kok Tobe is the park, a recreational area with a lot of things to do. You'll find locals bringing their children here for picnics, lot of nice touristy things to do, like clicking a picture on the famous Beatles bench or dressing up in Kazakh attire. There's a small petting zoo and some regionally exotic birds. Honestly, the place is more for children, and if you don't have any, then like us, you can just take in the views. Although it wasn't the most clear day, but it was still time for sunset, and we found a very nice restaurant overlooking the entire city on the hill at Kok Tobe. We ordered some aperol and watched how Almaty looks from above. Modern, traditional and green. Honestly, the gondola ride and its views alone are the best reason to visit Kok Tobe. And also it brings you back into the main city. So as evening sets in, the streets of Almaty come alive. English pubs opening up, there's noodle bars, a cheese factory, the vintage Kazakhstan hotel. There are literally fountains in the streets and footpaths that feel like you're walking in gardens. Wow, that Soviet vibe. So we are back to where we began our day at Panfilov Park, and we're staying at an Airbnb across the other side of the park. So for 7 days, we are glad that our walk back home passes through the Zenkov Cathedral. On the other side of the park is Zibek Zoli, our neighborhood, shining purple with the last rays of sunlight coming from the Tian Shan mountains. There's an aroma of sugar in the air, a candy shop with the most inviting displays, and kids being kids in all ways. A colorful piano in the street, a cute little coffee shop where friends meet, an old lady selling fresh flowers that scent up the air. She tells us that flowers show love and care. So after a long first day in Almaty, we were finally ready to go home and dine, and our local supermarket had so much food and a lot more wine. You know, Almaty is actually Alma Ata in Kazakh language, and that literally means father of the apple. Legend says that every variety of apple actually originates from here. Today, there are so many vineyards around Almaty in the foothills of the Tian Shan Mountains. But for now, it's good night and see you in the next video from Almaty.